Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the new story of r/relationship advice. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for new future videos. Let's get started. Cheers.
Stories in today's video. 1. My wife left the family for her affair partner a year ago, but now she says she wants to fix things. 2. Fiance is mad he admitted his affair to everyone, thinking I'd take her back, but I didn't. My wife and I have been married for just over 9 years. We have an 8-year-old son together. She was a full-time SOM after our son was born. However, in April 2019 she went back into the workforce, working part-time as an assistant for a manager at a medical software sales company. She was bummed that she wasn't pulling in a lot in terms of salary, but I was happy for her because I hoped that a job would be motivating for her. She had already complained that she wished I could be more spontaneous and interesting, but despite attempts at counseling, she could never explain what interesting meant. However, 3 months into her job, I found her to be a more happy person. Less critical of everything I do and a more patient mother to our son. Our intimate life had basically been dead for around 5 years, and she had shown interest in recharging that. What I didn't know was that she had begun an affair with a surgeon, now 53M, she met at a medical conference. Her job involves travel to go to medical conferences and visit clinics and hospitals. The surgeon lived in a nearby big city and she would use work as an excuse to see him. This went on behind my back, as she would later tell me, from July 2019 to around April 2020, when she admitted that her work was much more remote during COVID than she had convinced me it was, and she had been driving to see her AP. She told me the AP was interesting and he was everything that I wasn't, meaning he made a lot of money, had lucrative side businesses with his family, and lectured around the country and loved to travel and enjoy life. She said she regretted becoming a mom because it has made her stay with me for the greater part of a decade and that she needed time to think. She told me to not follow her and had already had loaded up her car and left to stay in a room that she was subletting from a friend. I was left to deal with the fallout, including my son's troubling levels of anxiety and his increased inability to get along with anyone in school. He's cried himself to sleep thinking he's unlovable, and my wife refused to return calls. The only thing she did do was send me a letter establishing the date of separation and her intention to file for divorce a year from the date of separation. People are all telling me to file for divorce as soon as our state lets us, and tell the court that my wife abandoned the family. 5 months ago she tried to get me to sign a separation agreement with bogus terms, which I refused and decided to go see a lawyer. Then 2 months ago she started talking to me about how she wants to be more civil with me from now on. Then last week she asked to meet. She starts crying and saying her AP was abusive and that he told her that he was divorcing his wife of 3 years, 26F, who he was separated from. Turns out the wife was in another city finishing up her final year of graduate school, but when she found out about the affair she went psycho, and the AP stood by and did nothing as his wife called my wife's employer, which caused her to have to leave her job. He merely admitted that he did adore his wife and wanted to let her follow her dreams, but had a hard time dealing with long distance, and pretty much admitted that his wife said she was okay with him having one-night stands, but he regrets hurting her now and for letting it drag on. The AP also said nothing when his wife texted my wife that he was not leaving her and that they would file restraining orders if she ever contacted them again. My wife said that she had a moment of insanity and that she was willing to get therapy, but that at no point did she intend to be malicious and that she was a victim of his lies. She said she was struggling and said she wanted to move back in and be a family again. What do I do? How do I deal with someone who has caused so much pain? If we're cohabitating again, I can't guarantee that I won't develop feelings for her again. Most importantly, I don't know how to deal with this in a way to inflict the least trauma on my son. My fiance and I have been together for 4 years. I found out he was having an emotional affair around 6 months ago. I was in a very vulnerable place in my life, my mother *SSED and I was grieving, so I forgave him and took him back to get some sense of stability back. I called off the wedding and we have been in limbo ever since. He displayed CL*SSIC cheater signs prior to me finding out. He claimed the girl lived across the country and it was strictly emotional. He wouldn't give me any information about her, and I only knew her first name, Jessica, before he wiped his phone. I am bare asterisk SSED myself trying to message all the Jessicas I could with the fake clues he gave me, but since her name was so common it was like finding a needle in the haystack. I decided to just let it go since he blocked her on everything and has been being good. 2 weeks ago a friend of a friend posted a congratulations message on Instagram for Jessica pregnancy. Hearing the name, Jessica, just sends me in a frenzy, so it sat in the back of my mind for a while. From what I remember she has been with her boyfriend for years. It kept eating at me, so I decided to check Jessica's socials. Her boyfriend was scrubbed clean from her Instagram. My heart started to sink but I just thought, well pregnancy is stressful for relationships and they broke up? It kept eating at me so I decided to find out who her ex was. She was tagged in an old photo with him, and I creeped on his socials. She was scrubbed from his social media but he had very ambiguous posts about loyalty and trust around the time I found out about the affair. I started to panic a little but thought, well cheating is becoming more common, right? I ended up messaging the friend who was mutual friends with Jessica. She told me that their breakup was very messy and that she refuses to tell anyone who the father is. At this point I am starting to get anxious and panic. I snooped through my boyfriend's phone and couldn't find anything. I drunkily DM'd Jessica's ex-boyfriend, James, last night after my best friend encouraged me after learning all the coincidences. I explained my situation and was prepared to get ignored. Surprisingly, James messaged me back saying that he is not the father and suspected she was cheating on him for months. He told me about hiding her phone, sneaking around. James didn't have any proof till he came home from work early and saw a truck speed out of the driveway with condom wrappers badly hidden. He never found out who the guy was either. My boyfriend has a truck. At this point it makes sense. Of course he lied about who she was and where she lived. I kept talking to James, and all the late nights at work made sense and their timing added up. It's her. James also told me Jessica reached out to him because my boyfriend walked out. He ghosted her, and after I told him to block her, after she refused an abortion. So his 3-week emotional affair was actually a physical affair, and she's 7 months pregnant. I can't breathe. I was blind to a lot of the signs because of my grief and needed space. My boyfriend has been stressed lately and mentioning moving to another city, closer to his parents, since our lease ends in 2 months. Now I know why. He's trying to get away from her. I haven't confronted him and don't know what to do. I just want to pack up all my sh*t and drive away. I feel like it's not real. It just can't be real. Can someone just tell me I'm crazy? That I am imagining things? What the hell do I even do? Update. I am just sobering up, to be completely honest, and have been crying my eyes out over the support and love and much needed tough love I've received. I told my boyfriend it's a rough day for grieving, and he left me alone. My dad and older brother are driving out of state to help me leave his cheating *SS. Thank you everyone.